Well, hello everybody. Um, I know I'm talking now and there's no one really watching, but you can't really see it from where I live because the fire is towards that way and also towards that way. That way is Townsend, Tennessee. Uh, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see a haze of smoke in this area and along over there. I don't know if you can see that. But down that way, towards Dollar General, is where the other fire is, and that's towards Pigeon Forge, and it's spreading. Last report I got from the Sevier County Emergency Association was that the fire is 0% contained. Um, they had issued an evacuation. It is really windy out here, and that's the problem because back in 2016 we had the fire up in Gatlinburg, and the same conditions that we have right now, high winds, storms supposed to come through. They're having a very difficult time fighting this fire because of the winds, just like back in 2016 Gatlinburg fire here in Tennessee. Uh, we are to stay here, like at our places, until we are notified. Um, I've not been in a situation like this before to where I literally can't leave. Um, Anybody that's traveling on 321 right now is getting told to turn around. Uh, Not many people are really going to be concerned or interested in it because you're not affected by this. But if you kind of want to follow it, you can definitely Google it. Knox News Sentinel, Channel 6, Knoxville, and you can get updates on the fire. And one thing I can't stand, there's lots of people during this fire right now that are driving around, stopping on the roads and watching structures burn. I don't understand people when there's problems like this, tornadoes, hurricanes, fires. You don't go gawk at it, you stay away. But these are probably the same people that will walk up to a wild bear. But on side point, uh, that is my fleet of vehicles. I've been doing work on the Neon. That's another car, the PT Cruiser. But this is just for me and how I've been affected with this fire going on. I can't leave. I'm stuck right here until further notice. They got both ends of 321 blocked, and people's just driving up and down the road because they can't go nowhere because they keep getting turned around. And most of them that's on the road right now are people from out of town that are staying in the cabins or just on vacation, and well, they have nowhere to go. There is a center in Pigeon Forge open for people that have to be evacuated, but it's for locals, it's not for tourists. Um, and there was already reports of this possibly happening, and people just ignored it. I mean, its winds are getting up to 40 to up to 60 miles per hour, and some dummy out there on Hatcher Mountain decided to do a burn today, and this wind is blowing, and well, now we got a wildfire on our hands. They've literally classified it as a wildfire, and they said it's pretty much getting to the point like the 2016 Gatlinburg fire. Last report I got, 3 cabins are on fire. 2 of them are probably already burnt to the ground. 2 structures and a car. They don't know if a person is in the car. They don't know if a person is stranded in the car. They have no idea because they can't get to it. They can't get to the cabins. They can't get to the structures. Because if anybody's familiar to the Gatlinburg fire, it's really hard to fight fires in mountains because a lot of these roads are up in the mountains are single car. Some of these roads are gravel, dirt, and they're not even wide enough for fire trucks. I wish I could show you guys the fire, but if you want to see reports, just go and Google for fire in Wears Valley. That's WEARS Valley.com, not .com, Wears Valley, Tennessee fire, and it should pop up some things for some local news outlets out of Knoxville that have been doing reporting. One of the reports videos is a Dollar General that's right down the road from me, about 10 minutes from where I live, and you can see it. But other than that, this is just crazy. I was talking to my ex back in 2016. She lived in Gatlinburg during the fire, and I wonder if I can get this emergency vehicle. I don't know if you guys can see it way out there, but it just went by. That direction is Townsend, Tennessee, and that direction is Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and that road out there is 321, also known as Wears Valley Road. This is also Wears Valley. Over that mountain is Walden's Creek. That's where the fire is. There's fire on that side, and then down that road you have Hatcher Mountain Road, which turns into Pebble Mountain. There's a fire up there, and as I was stating before, 3 cabins, 2 structures, and 1 car. They can't get to them, but there's literally people blocking the roads, gawking at these fires. And the police, the fire department, they now have the National Guard on reserve with Black Hawk helicopters to come out here and try to assist if the fire gets extremely out of control. Also, there's local people that live in this town that are filling up their ponds from their wells so that these helicopters can actually be able to dip their buckets into the ponds and get the water to try to help fight this wildfire. It's been classed as a wildfire. But as I said before, if you want any live updates, just Google fire in Wears Valley, WEARS Valley, and you should get some updates from Knoxville Channel 6, and there should be some updates on the Knoxville News Sentinel website also. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I just figured, post this. One, it's just for me something to look back later on in life. I don't know if the fire will get out this way because the fire's on that side of 321 and I'm on this side. The only way the fire will affect me on this side, and it would have to jump the road, and that's what happened in 2016 is the fire was jumping the road. That's how it spread so quick. We have a rainstorm coming in. I've looked at the radar. It's doing like the last storm did, and it's going up to where it looks like the tip of the storm might hit us. The last major rainstorm that we were supposed to get when it was windy like this just blew over us. I'm hoping that don't happen. But then again, in 2016, we got rain and it didn't even help with the fire. For some odd reason, it made it worse. Because there's a lot of foliage in the ground that's just been sitting there for years, and if the fire gets down in that foliage, you'll have a layer of composed leaves and stuff, but underneath that you'll have fire. And that's what happened in 2016 is they couldn't really fight the fire no matter how many firefighters from many different states came out here to help us. It's because the fire was technically what you would call underground. where all the leaves and twigs fall on the forest floor. And right now, the trees are barren because of fall, so they're real easy to burn because green, it's harder to burn. And it's the fire's down that way, the fire's down that way. And I'm kind of just stuck at home. Like, great. There's cars that's just driving back and forth up and down 321, like I've said before. They get down there, they get turned around. They drive back down that way, they get turned around. These people, like that truck, I've seen that truck about 10 times. They don't know where to go because there is nowhere to go. What would be nice is the pastors that live out in this area, if they would just open up their churches so people would have somewhere to at least hang out until this is fixed. But I don't know. I really don't know. I've honestly never been in a situation like this, so it's a little bit nervous. I should be in bed right now because I deliver papers for the new Sentinel, but I've already told my boss I'm kind of stuck like Chuck. But other than that, yeah. Well, everybody, y'all take care, and just thank you for checking the video out and watching. And I will see you in another video, hopefully. Not like this, but I might upload some videos if I'm able to of the damage. But that may or may not happen. I'm not 100% for sure. But I will catch you all later in another repair video because the neons start getting together. And then that PT Cruiser, it needs something. And then I have this 05 Cavalier, which also needs work. And then that's my neighbor's Jeep. I just did an oil change on it. I didn't do a video because it's simple. It's like doing oil change on any of the two Dodge and Chrysler, not the Cavalier. The Cavalier is a little bit different. But thank you all for watching, and you all be safe out there. And just remember, at any wake of the moment, things can turn. I did not picture this day to be stuck at home because of a fire. But remember, things can turn in a blink of an eye, and you won't even know it.